know that that is just as important as our profit margins and making sure that we still have money coming in the door, right? So, what is the best way to decrease your taxes or to make sure that you're maximizing your tax savings, right? Because we want to keep as much profit as possible in our pockets. Today, I'm going to share some general guidance with you on reducing your taxes that I have learned over 15 years of being a business owner and being a business owner of different types of entities, whether it was a sole proprietorship, a LLC, or an S Corp. I've learned so many different tax strategies by owning these different types of businesses. So I want to welcome you. I'm Alexis Hart McDowell. I'm a real estate and business attorney here in Chicago, and I help business owners start and scale their businesses and build wealth through real estate and entrepreneurship. So if you're in need of an LLC, a series LLC, a S Corp, or even a C Corp or an L3C, you never know what your business is going to, where your business is going to bring you. Reach out to me. I can help you determine and decide what is the best business structure for you, and even do some high level guidance on tax strategies associated with each one of those businesses. You can reach me at enterpriseesquire.com, and everyone is entitled to a free 15-minute consultation. I want you to join me tonight at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. It is free, where I'm going to have a tax strategist and a virtual CFO known as the tax boss lady, Deanna Grant. Join me on a free webinar where we're going to talk about tax strategies for your LLC or series LLC. We're going to talk about ownership versus wages, right? We're going to talk about distribution versus wages as an owner, and the different ways that you can maximize your taxes by utilizing those strategies. Okay. We're also going to talk about compliance matters, how to stay in compliance, and some of the best ways to reduce your taxes. She's going to give some great insight into tax strategies for you, and also how to manage your taxes over the course of a year. All right. So I'm going to dive right. That's tonight at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. The link is in the bio or the comments there. So just register and come on, join. And if you know a small business owner or entrepreneur who could use some assistance in this area, I mean, who couldn't, right? We're all trying to reduce our taxes, right? Tell them to join. It is a free webinar. You have to show up live. I do not send out replays. Okay. enterpriseesquire.com/events. Now, let's get back to the question at hand, which is, what is the best way for a small business owner or an entrepreneur to save money on taxes, right? And the best way that I've learned over the course of 15 years is to have a system and the right professionals in place up front. Yes. It is truly that simple. And you would think that I would have learned that earlier on, but I was so hesitant because as a new business owner, and some of you all may be feeling this, you may feel like, oh, I can't afford that right now. Oh, well, let me just do it this way. And I'll figure that out as I go along. And that is so true in many other aspects of our business. But the tax aspect is one area that I say start with the right systems in place up front and the right people, because you end up wasting and spending more money in the long run than if you had and invested in that in the first place and up front for your business, that you would have actually either kept more money in your pocket, that hard-earned money that you're out here hustling for, or you would have had a better understanding of how to manage your tax savings throughout the year. Okay, so that's definitely the key. It only works if you know how to work it, and you need a system in place up front. So let's just talk about that. You cannot be looking for receipts or your records in January, right? I know so many entrepreneurs who are, oh, let me find the receipt for that. Let me find the receipt for that. All these receipts in the shoebox. Oh, I got to create these records now. I have to figure out, get this all to the accountant or the tax or the bookkeeper, whatever. That is so antiquated. And I know so many of us are still operating in that mindset, but that is not the best way to run your business. You're missing out on deductions. I guarantee you're missing expenses. I guarantee that you're not going to be reporting properly and probably out of compliance, right? So don't run around looking for receipts in January. Don't try to recreate records in January and February because you're really guessing at that point if you don't have all of your documentation together. It is truly a full year process that you as the CEO of your company have to make a priority. You have to make your financials, your taxes, your income a priority as the CEO of your company. Tax management and savings is about income management. Yes, you need to understand your income picture over the course of the year. On any given month, I can tell you how much income I have coming in this particular month. By the last day of that month, I know just how much money hit that account. I know just how much money I made in that month, right? And what that allows me to do, it allows me to have a conversation quarterly or mid-year with my tax professional to say, hey, all right, this is what I had coming in this quarter or this 6 months. These are the expenses. This is a preliminary report. Give me guidance on how to manage for the second half of the year or these next few quarters so that I can maximize my tax savings, right? Let me know what deductions I'm missing. Give me an update on if new deductions have been approved. I want to know all of that, right? So that I am maximizing my tax savings at any given point. And in order to do that, you have to have certain systems in place. What does that look like, Alexis? All right, I'm happy you asked. First and foremost, accounting software. And there's so many different types of accounting software out there. I've used Wave, I've used Xero, I'm now on QuickBooks, right? So as my business transformed and my business needs transformed and became more sophisticated, I had to upgrade my accounting software to go with that, to get me to the next level. So you're looking at QuickBooks, you're looking at Wave, you're looking at Xero, you're looking at all of those options out there that work for your business where it is now and hopefully can get you to the next stage. I don't say that you have to start off with the platinum, king, queen, gold package, right? If you're not there yet, but you do need to start off at a base package that you can then, as your business grows, move over into the next level when your company needs it. For example, QuickBooks has a freelancer package that's $7.50 a month. They have another package that's like $12.50 a month. And then they have their standard package, which is about $35 a month, right? And that's all online and allows you to utilize their app and scan your receipts and get your profit and loss statements done at the end of a month, a quarter, 6 months, so that you can go to your tax professional with good, up-to-date, valid information so that they can advise you on strategies for the upcoming months based upon your forecast, okay? It also looks like reconciling your books on a regular basis. Oh my God, I have gone through so many ideations of reconciling my books. I was that professional at the end of the year, reconciling a full year of books. I vowed to myself I would never do that again. I lost out on so many advantages. I lost out on, I could pay myself extra this month, or, I could pay myself a distribution of this amount. I don't necessarily need to put it on payroll because I have this much income coming in, or I need to do a reduction because my expenses aren't that high, or I had money to spend on getting additional help at a certain time if I knew what my income was. But I was that person who reconciled a full year of books at the end of the year, and I was miserable. And I know that you all too. Then I switched and said, okay, I'm going to reconcile it every month. Started doing that the next year. Then business picks up, you have ebbs and flows in your business. And when it got busy, I looked up and I had 4 months worth of books to reconcile. Again, walking down misery lane there. So then I finally said, look, I'm clearly at a point where I have to have this assistant to manage these books for me. And I started looking and I found a company. It was called Remote Books Online. I'm just putting out there, that's this one that I've used. I've recommended them to other clients. And they were $95. And I was like, all this headache, all this stress, all this anxiety I caused myself and anger that I caused myself. And I could have paid somebody $95 a month to reconcile all of my books for me. You've got to be kidding me. I think I signed up within 15 seconds, right? And that $95 included a subscription to QuickBooks, which is, I believe it was QuickBooks, which is the accounting software, right? So not only did you pay for someone to reconcile the books, you actually had a subscription to an accounting software that you could now manage your business with, right? Just that simple. And sometimes we get stuck in that mindset of saying, oh, I got to do it this way, or I can't afford that. And guess what? You can't afford it. And more importantly, you can't afford not to do it because you are losing money. You are losing time to make adjustments to your business to maximize your tax savings. All right. So number one, accounting software. Number two, reconcile your books regularly. You can have a virtual assistant do it. You can get yourself a bookkeeper. You can find one of these mini online services that work for you. And then number three, I learned, generate your financial statements. Yes, that bookkeeper, that VA, that accounting software service that you end up using, whatever you choose, they should be generating your financial statements on a monthly basis. That is so crucial because what that buys you is insight. Oh my God, insight and intel into your business. And it also gives you time back because tax strategies are tied into time, right? You don't want to run out of time by getting to the end of the year and not maximizing those savings by paying yourself more, hiring help, understanding that you could spend money on additional expenses, right? Paying yourself a bonus, whatever it is. You need to have insight and intel into your business financials so that you have time to implement either changes or pay yourself more so that at the end of the year, you come out even. These three things absolutely changed my mindset and changed the way my business operated. It put more money in my pocket. Profit margins went higher because I had more insight into my business. I was able to pay myself more, pay myself at different times of the year. So if you have a slow time, but you've been keeping up with your financial statements, you say, hey, my slow time is typically around these months, but I'm going to be fine because I have this much money saved and I'm going to pay myself more during that slow time. And I'm still going to come out ahead on my taxes, right? And it's been a beautiful thing to actually have a meeting with my tax person in the middle of the year and get that guidance and get that forecast from them. When I'm able to give them my profit and loss statement, give them what I am expecting for the end of the year, give them a kind of rundown overview of what has been happening in my household for the year, they're able to give me a tax forecast. And that tax forecast was dead on. I didn't have to pay any taxes. I was so happy, you all. It had been years since I had not paid taxes, but it was all because of my mindset and me not understanding the way to go about this in order to maximize my tax savings. And it all starts with the right systems and the people in place up front, keeping those books and records running. Sometimes removing yourself from the situation and getting a VA or a bookkeeper or paying a service to handle that for you. And it's going to pay you back tenfold, even more. Whatever you're paying, it's going to come back to your business tenfold, even more, because that's your time that you're not spending on that task. Now you can go out and earn more business, do more marketing, speak about your company more, whatever the calling is to bring business into your door, because you're not spending your time handling those financials. And I just want to impress upon you, new entrepreneurs, you new business owners, join me tonight, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Register to hear the tax strategist and virtual CFO, Deanna Grant. And we're going to be diving deeper into this and really understanding how to maximize your tax savings. The tax savings that the 1% use, they're open to you. You just have to have the knowledge and the right professionals on your team, and then execute on that knowledge. So that's what we're going to be talking about. My revenue has increased. My taxes have gone down. Haven't had to owe anything, but that's because I've been planning appropriately. I have the right professionals managing my books for me. I get that profit and loss statement at the end of every single month. I know what I've made, and I'm having those meetings with my tax professional throughout the year, not just dumping a shoebox of receipts on them and telling them to figure it out. That's not a proactive way to manage your business and to maximize your taxes. So I hope that this has been helpful for you all. Reach out to me if you all need to start a business, if you have real estate matters that you're concerned about. Everybody is entitled to a free 15-minute consultation at enterpriseesquire.com. Register for the event tonight, free, to hear the tax strategist and virtual CFO, Deanna Grant, enterpriseesquire.com/events. I've got a full lineup. It's called my Business and Buildings. It's called my Buildings and Business webinar series. I host this every month, every Wednesday at 6 p.m., where I talk about a different aspect of buildings, which is real estate, and business, which is entrepreneurship. So join us, get this free information, show up live, because I do not send out recordings. You all know how to find me. I look forward to being of service to you, and have a fantastic day. Take care.